Yo, yo! My brother has decided to acquire one of these CTM M4 mag adapters. It looks pretty nice. The reason why he's got this is because he has himself just one of the new TM Glocks, which is quite nice. You know, it is quite nice. Works quite well. Works quite well indeed. These actually kick like surprisingly hard. Now I also have AAP, which is all G series mags. G series mags are fucking all over the damn show. So yeah, why I have to use I have to end up using one of these for his, because the new, let me just pop this off here. There we go. These have a screw here. CTM use the screw that go through there into that. However, if we look at the TM, as far as I know, they do not use any form of screw. I'll even take this off to prove. There we go. No screws in there. They use pins through the side, which, in my opinion, if you've got bad seals, this will leak more. However, if you maintain them properly, you shouldn't have a problem. And if worst comes to worst, you can just glue the fuck out of it and it'll be fine. So yeah, I have to use one of my AAP mags for him. This and this gets stuck, or they did the last time we tried one. It got really stuck and I'm not sure why, so I'm going to have to make sure that this does not get stuck in there with this one, because that would be a right pain in the bum. But yeah, the other reason why he's acquired this is because he's thinking about making a very fancy AAP pistol. The reason why I have this pistol is because this is my secondary for when I decide I like running this AAP. This is a very, very nice AAP. Although it's got all stock internals and I think they're wearing out a bit and it doesn't like the cold anymore. It's okay in the warm, but in the cold this thing just eats all of the gas. But here, I got this I can borrow. So we're going to get into tutoing with this. I'm going to take a brief moment to pause and get some chrono readings of what this here is actually doing. And yeah, we'll be right back. So those numbers on the screen were with 0.3 gram BBs, the same gas. It's just that's stock, and the rifle version has a 210mm Unicorn airsoft in a barrel in it. For whatever reason, this mag is fine in here. Drops out freely, sits in there nicely, so I don't have to modify this. I might have a looky later and see if my other mag gets stuck in this, because one of them got stuck in here for some reason. This is my newer one. I didn't have this one when it got stuck, so this one seems fine, which is odd and good, I guess. So anyways, you first want to make sure that this has no gas in it. If this does have gas in it, don't be a dumbass and press that button. Absolutely stupid idea. Do not do that ever. You'll just fuck up your routers, okay? What you can do is you can put it in the gun, rack it, and dry fire it. Dry till there's nothing left. Alright? Don't press the button. Just don't. So simple. Don't press the button. Right. I guess we should prepare this mag now. I've never fitted one of these things before, or tutted with one, but I know exactly what they are and how they work and all that fun stuff. Take off the base plate, which on these mags you can do by either pressing that button in or you can pull on that little tab just there. And what we want to do is just unscrew this nice screw here. These screws, there goes my screwdriver, these screws are generally quite long and they have an O-ring up under them and that helps them seal. And then you have your fill, which I didn't actually know those were so long. I might have to cut those a bit shorter in the near future on the other ones of these that I have. And I believe we don't need any of that stuff. So you know, you take out your follower, your spring, your little end cap piece. They can all just go in the spare parts bin. So we're just going to put that over there nicely in the spare parts bin. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to check out what comes in this box. You obviously get the adapter. And you get the new channel for the BBs to go up, and you get a really long screw. I'm pretty sure that this nylon washer here, if it will focus, that nylon washer that comes on the end of the screw, I'm pretty sure that that actually acts as a crush washer, so you no longer need the O-ring on this one. I'm like 98% positive that that is how that's supposed to be. And look at that, it even looks like it's the right thread. You want to be careful doing that you don't cross thread it, but yeah. Let's have a looky how that fits. Oh, that's just beautiful, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that these go that way around. Pretty sure. Not 100%. As I say, I haven't ever fitted one of these. Just I can force it, but I don't want to force it, you know? Don't force things you don't have to. Okay, pop that out. Let's see what it fits like this way. It definitely doesn't fit that way. It does not fit that way at all. So yep, 100% has to just be wedged up into there. I'm just going to seat it using that. I'll take this O-ring here off for now. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that just fancy? Isn't that just fancy? That's going to be an absolute bitch to ever take out. Whatever. Now, for the O-ring, you can do whatever you want. I don't really care. Not that one. I would not recommend silicone oil. You could use it, but it's not the best. This is silicone grease. If you don't have anything else, this would be the best thing you could use to help maintain this seal. However, I have some of this stuff. Tick, gun, salve, whatever you bloody call it, and we specifically got it in for my brother's CTM HPA engine. And I'm gonna lather up this bugger in this grease. This grease is gonna work 100 times better than any of your stupid silicone oils that will just disappear within 2 seconds and leave this thing completely dry and exposed. You know, looking like a fool with your pants on the ground? That's exactly how your O-rings feel when you cover them with only bloody silicone oil. They don't want to be caught with their pants on the ground. We're just going to wipe off all that excess because we don't actually need all that excess on there. Ah! Where's me rags? Where's me rags? Uh-oh, guns sliding everywhere. Yeah, I got a rag. I got a bin of microfibers, but they're buried under all my other bins and guns and crap. Righty-ho, shut that down. So now it should just be as simple as putting that in there and trying to get it on the first try. Well, that's also an Allen key, and we missed it on the first try. What size is that? Nope. Next size up. 2.5. You know what? I'm going to try and do it this way instead. Oh, no we're not. If you try and do it that way, the O-ring comes off. See? You live, you learn. You live, you learn, you do shit 5 times, and then maybe one day you'll get it right. Yeah. As I always say, mate, if you try once and you don't succeed, you know, so you just got to try again. However, if you try again, and again, and again, and you still don't see, you probably weren't meant to, so you should just give up. Bad analogy right now because I don't want to give up. I want this to go in. Go in and go home. Come on, Mr. Screw. Alright, fast forward possibly till I get this stupid screw to line up because it's being a pain in my bum. Right, finally got it. I was starting to wonder if the screw was even long enough. I don't know where I was missing it or how I was missing it, but there we go. Just get it. Spin it down, spin it down, spin it down. Now, I assume you could Loctite that, but at the same time, I don't really think you need to Loctite that. Whoa, that is really wobbly. I don't know if that's meant to be that wobbly. I'm not sure if there's much you can do about that. It could be just by design. It is just a injection molded looking part, I believe. It doesn't even look 3D printed. Injection mold is probably a little bit better, but whatever. I suppose now we're going to see if it even holds any air. There we go, that'll roughly do 90-ish just to start with. As I thought, that's absolutely pissing out. I will be back. Righty-ho. I've managed to get this to about that pressure, and that pressure gives me the same FPS reading on my pistol as the propane did, and I'm using this beautiful stuff right here. However, there is a problem with this. If I tighten that screw anymore, I fear I'm going to strip something. The first time the problem was the O-ring just didn't sit where it was meant to sit. And I think that is because they don't put a channel on it, and when I was trying to locate the screw, the O-ring just decided it didn't want to sit where it was meant to sit. That leaking is not coming out of the screw, that leaking is coming out around here because there's just play in there. There's too much play in this design. So I can fix that, but that will be a permanent fix, and I'll have to RTV up this mag, which, I mean, isn't a game breaker. I have this stuff specifically for doing that. I've had to fix one of my extended mags for my AAP rifle version carbine with some of this stuff. This stuff works fucking mint for doing that. But I'm going to do a little bit of research and get back to you on that one. If I can't come up with anything, then I guess I'll be showing you how to RTV your mags up. And if I have to, it works the same using this. But we're going to use this. Very good. So for now, fucking peace out. Sick ass, bruh. Ooh, back again. I did some research, and what I found was basically nothing. Apparently there's like virtually no videos of these things around. No one on the internet's had any problems with them, other than someone that their one was just moving for whatever reason. Fuck if I know. So what I did first, because although this does work, this should not be, I just want to say that it shouldn't be your first choice. That's like if you can't sort anything else out. So what I've tried instead is, this is the O-ring that came with it, and I took an O-ring very similar to that one. It's it's a bit like got more of a bigger diameter, but it's also just a fatter O-ring. I think the other one is the same size, but ever so slightly fatter that I've put in there. And just for reference, that's a I'm pretty sure one of the piston head O-rings from your AEG. You know, that sort of O-ring, I'm pretty sure is what I put in there. With that in there now, this has actually got pressure in it, so, you know, with that, and yes, you can press it. You can press it when it's this, because this doesn't freeze everything. Wow, that's amazing. Well, yeah, as you can see with that seal in there, and I can get them to light nicely, there is a little bit of play still. It's not bad, but it doesn't leak at all with that play. I would be happy to run that because it keeps it more serviceable and keeps it all running all nicely. Oh, I guess there's always this. Of course, because you no longer have the follower, the mag catch will not work unless you lift it up. Isn't that lovely? Flick that switch. Remember, this is all stock. It's about 20-ish. It's quite nice, actually. It's very quite nice. It is very quite nice, that. And then there is this bad boy. Now, I do know that I have not got the TM gas router in there. I've got the AAP router. I do know that. But even still, that's quite nice. Seems to work absolutely mint. Look at that. Isn't that just lovely? And then there's always this bad boy right here. Now I say that this is all stock on the inside. It is all stock. I bought it second hand, and the guy had actually put a set screw in this trigger. So you can put set screws in your stock trigger and get them nice and short, which I do like. It's not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, I have test fired this outside a little bit using this, and what I did find is using EPM1 mags, the PST EPM1 mags, is they worked fine until they ran out to, like, I don't know, 10 BBs left in the mag. It wasn't enough pressure with the springs I have in here. Possibly a different combination of springs might work better, but I would also assume not. I got some real close-up slow-mo of this cycling, and it looked like that even though this was fully clearing, the BB just wasn't able to come up in time before the nozzle come back forward to feed it. So the main problem is just when it stops feeding at the moment, it looks like it's just going to be a mag running out of BBs. It's just not enough spring tension in it, which is odd because, you know, those fucking PTS things just generally feed fucking everything. Maybe it's the spring is a bit worn out in that mag. I don't know. More testing would have to tell. The only other troubles I've had with this is this silly tube thing here. When I put it in the first time, there was a little wee gap at the top here. There was a little wee gap at the top of this, and I've found out that this needs to be pushed all the way up. What happens when there's a little wee gap there is the BBs are able to side stack too much, and they jam. And when they jam, it can't even cycle the bolt back. The nozzle gets stuck on that BB. It can't force the BB back down, which is a good way to also break your nozzles. But, you know, so just make sure you push that all the way in, and voila. The only other thing is this is a bit putting mags in. It's a bit. I'll go get some mags. 2 seconds. All right, I'm back. So the only other thing that I do not like about this, one was that it leaked from out the box because the O-ring they supplied, which was that one, was too small. The only other thing I don't like, which isn't really a problem, is just mag fitment. It's just crunchy and forceful. Now that may get better as you use it, but it just feels like you're gonna wear something out or break something, you know. And that's with 4 different EPMs that I've tried, and it's also with my SSG mags. That's not as bad as the initial part, but getting that to latch is an absolute bugger, you know? So, ugh. In conclusion, I would say that if you have this already, all your HP bottle and rig and line and everything, that this, because this is the expensive part. If you've got this, you've got the gun, but like you don't have a lot of mags, for the very cheap price that this was, I'm not sure exactly, but I know it was really cheap comparative to some other ones, even though it's got slightly poor mag fitment, and you need to find an O-ring, that is not a terrible option so far. I'll have to, you know, play a game or two with it running this, but that won't be for a while because I need to save up some money and probably buy some internal parts before this one breaks. This one's hammer is on its way out. Yeah. You know, AAP and hammers, they're fucking fun. But yeah, otherwise, I would say that's pretty much a fucking wrap right there. So see you fellas later.